Hello, people. My name's Jonny Nelson. My esteemed colleague here is Melissa Nathoo.
Hello.
Hello. And we're a pair of seasoned, cynical, sexy film journalists.
I mean, I'm the sexy one.
Can we call ourselves sexy? I don't feel particularly sexy at the moment, but
Neither do I.
I'm manifesting it. We are journalists of sorts who've been working on the front lines of film and TV entertainment for over a decade now. We've decided to start a podcast. It's called Junkies because we're entertainment junkies and we do a lot of film junkets.
I feel a lot of people don't know what a junket is.
Should we explain that then?
Yes, I think we should. I mean, the one thing everyone always goes back to is if you've seen Notting Hill.
Viewers of Horse and Hound will be delighted.
Yes, exactly. So that is a junket. We go to very nice 5-star hotels around London, sometimes around the world. And you are on a conveyor belt of journalists. So the stars stay where they are, and we are just ferried in and out of these rooms. And
They're usually a bit glazed over as well by the time you get in there because they've been asked the same question 800 times. But over the years, anyway, we've talked TV and film with some of the biggest names on screen, and we thought it'd be a good idea to share some of those stories, give you guys an insight into the world of red carpets, celebrity press tours, share some of our legit thoughts on the world of movies as we know it. So if you like films, famous people being told what's good, what's bad, who's nice, who's not, who we think we could defeat in battle. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the rise of reboots, the release of The Mandalorian and Grogu, featuring Mel's recent chat with screen icon Sigourney Weaver.
Indeed.
But first, we thought we'd start with the soaring ascension of Mr. Leo Woodall.
Woodall.
I was going to say, have I overdone his name there?
Yes, you have.
I tried to say his name fancy and I just got it wrong. Leo, is there even an H in his name?
No, there is not.
Okay, Leo Woodall.
His new film, Tuna.
Mm-hmm.
Tuna.
Not about the fish.
Correct.
Thought we'd clarify that.
Stars Dustin Hoffman,
Mm-hmm.
and they are piano repairmen.
You've seen this, haven't you?
I have, because
you've done the junket already.
Exactly, and when we do junkets, we have to see the film in advance of the TV show,
Mm-hmm.
just so we know what we're talking about and to make sure that we don't mention any spoilers.
Now, I haven't actually seen a lot of Leo Woodall's movies because I'm not usually part of their ballpark audience, if we're
Whereas
being honest.
I have seen pretty much everything he has done. I met him at an event which he came to and no one knew who he was then. So I've known him since before he was famous, which means that now I have a really lovely rapport with him. Like I walk in to the junket room or I will attend, like I went to the Bridget Jones premiere, and every time he sees me, he gives me a big hug. And
That's
he's just one
cute.
of those lovely, lovely celebrities.
And
who
he definitely recognises you. It's
definitely recognises.
It's not in that place where it's like, I've met this person before, I should probably be, she's been very friendly. Oh, she's coming in for a hug.
No, because I'm not that person who throws herself on people anymore.
I didn't realise we were going to start lying on this podcast this early into the series. If you're not familiar with Leo Woodall, he's one of these up-and-coming leading men, good-looking young pups.
All those kind of internet boyfriend types.
Yeah, he got his big break in The White Lotus. Mm-hmm. He did One Day on Netflix. That did really well. Then he went on to do...
He did Prime Target on Apple TV.
Yeah, Prime Target. Did you see that?
I interviewed him for that as well.
That any good? Yeah, so he did Prime
Sure.
Target on Apple TV. He was in Citadel in the first series, apparently. Maybe a minor role. It's on his IMDb. Mad About the Boy, that was a Bridget Jones movie.
Yep.
That was a big step for him. And then Nuremberg, which I've been intending to watch because it's on Sky. Sky Movies
It's actually very, very good. I interviewed him and Rami Malek for that one. So yeah, I basically spoken to Leo about his entire career. So if he didn't remember me by now, I'd be pretty offended.
What is your reading on him, though, and where he is in his career?
You know what? He is a lovely boy.
We're all lovely boys, Mel, but what does he bring into the table?
He's very handsome. He is a good actor. He's quite shy.
I think a lot of kind of thespian-y sort of actors can come across quite shy in interviews.
Yeah, he's just a very private person, I think.
Okay, let's talk about the movie a little bit. It's a sort of like young savant meets grizzly elder kind of movie, like a Whiplash, I guess, or there was Baby Driver with Ansel Elgort, R.I.P. to his career. Not seen him in a while.
I was going to say, hold on, when did Ansel pass?
He's still around, just not on the big screen as much. Anyway, back to Tuna.
And Leo. So I spoke to him about working with Dustin. We can have a little listen and see what he had to say.
I tried to be as much of a sponge as humanly possible around him. Yeah, he wanted to instill little bits here and there of how to navigate this industry, and also, you know, the craft of acting. He treats every take like a rehearsal, which is a really good piece of advice. But I didn't want to poke him too much and, you know, disturb his process, because, you know, he's at work too.
So I can't deny that I'm super excited about you being in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, thanks.
Super excited. How are you feeling?
I'm same as you. I'm so excited. It's a boy dream of mine. So.
Is it Halvar? Is that a completely new character?
Pretty much, yeah. He doesn't exist in any of the trilogies.
So you can't tell us anything about.
I don't know what I can tell you, to be honest. I don't want to do it Tom Holland and say and spoil everything.
So as you heard there, I mentioned that Leo's going to be in Lord of the Rings.
It's a prequel.
Yes.
The Hunt for Gollum, directed by Andy Serkis, who famously played Gollum. And he'll be playing Gollum again. Interestingly, the Leo Woodall thing was kind of a point of controversy for a bit, wasn't it? Because
they thought he was going to be...
He was going to be Aragon.
Yeah.
His name was the name that leaked. Like, oh, he's going to be in it. And a lot of people online were saying, no, this guy isn't right for the role. He can't possibly do this. He's too young. He's too this. He's too that.
I mean, I do see their point. Like, for me, he's not right for that role. He's playing an original character for this film.
So he's not in the books?
No, I don't
think
so.
He's not even in the Silmarillion. That's a
don't
nerdy reference
know
there. I read the
what
Silmarillion.
That is.
I'll make this quick. That is another book that was written after Lord of the Rings. It's almost like an Old Testament to the Lord of the Rings kind of New Testament. The Rings of Power that's been made now, that's been taken from the stories written in the Silmarillion, and it kind of leads you up all the history of the people and the elves and everything up to the point of Lord of the Rings.
He couldn't tell me a lot. You might have heard that he was scared of being Tom Holland and spoiling. Poor Tom Holland has now become the poster boy for spoilers.
So he's playing Halvard in that. He's going to be opposite Jamie Dornan, who I think was slightly more obvious casting for Aragon, since Viggo Mortensen didn't fancy coming back and having his face heavily CGI'd for an entire film.
I loved him in the originals, but there's no way that man can still play that role, and I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Like, let him have his piece.
I think it sounds like he's dead. I think Viggo Mortensen, he was too sexy as Aragorn. Not too sexy for the film, it was the perfect amount of sexy. He was too sexy in that role at that time that if he ever came back, I think there would be a significant drop-off in sexiness. And I think people wouldn't be able to let that go. He would look a bit uncanny valley with all the CGI.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't heavily CGI'd, it'd be like, well, Aragorn used to be sexier than this.
Well, this is Jamie Dornan's time to shine.
Well, they're only just starting production now, so it's not going to be coming out for a while. 2027, I think, is meant to be the release date and the start of a whole new Lord of the Rings journey, because they're doing a sequel. So if you want to get your Middle-earth, sexy Jamie Dornan, sexy Leo Woodall, they're all going to be sexy, guys, apart from the ones that are going to be much older than they were in the originals, then you only have a year and some change to wait.
But you know what they can get right now?
What can they get right now?
Star Wars.
They can always get Star Wars, Mel.
You can always get Star
They
Wars.
make a new show every 5 seconds.
But we haven't had a film in quite a while.
What was the last film?
Rise of Skywalker. But now we have the cutest of all the Star Wars films to come out, The Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm
trying not to heavily sigh through the microphone. Did we need this movie? This is another movie I think you've seen because you did the junket with Sigourney.
Yeah. I don't know whether we ever really need a Star Wars film anymore. Having grown up with the original trilogy, nothing's ever going to live up to that. But I say that as someone who has also not watched episode 2 or 3, because I watched episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and it put me off so badly.
You missed out.
I heard that it got better.
Yeah, in defense.
But I just couldn't bring myself to watch them again. But I should, because I did hear they got better. But in
defense of the prequel trilogy, Attack of the Clones is actually quite a good movie. They did get better to an extent. Did you see Rogue One?
Yes, I did see that. And that was actually very good.
That was very good.
That was very good. You know what I haven't watched and I've also heard's great?
Andor. Andor's really good. Kind of a slow burner, but very good.
So
I'm a Star Wars fan.
First season of Mandalorian was very good. Like,
Yes.
that's why it got, not just the fact we had Baby Yoda, who then turned into Big Grogu.
This is my gripe. The Mandalorian was a great series when it was just this kind of bounty hunter going from place to place, a bit like a kind of a Wild West TV serial. He goes to new places, they need his help for something, and there's like a bit of character progression. And then it all became about selling toys.
I was going to say, Disney know what they're doing. He is the most adorable character they have had since BB-8.
BB-8, and it was usually robot heavy, wasn't it?
Yeah, droid. Harry.
Droid. Oh, thank you. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
All I see when I see Grogu is like a walking money sign. I don't see a cute little guy. I see...
That's because you have not met him.
Okay, fair. I've not met him.
I have met him.
I bet at one of these fancy events before he was famous.
Yeah.
And now, every time I see Grogu, he gives me this big hug, and he's one of those guys, he's a great guy, because we have this connection from before anyone knew, before he could use the Force. We follow each other on Instagram, and we go beyond that. We've got each other on Bebo.
You know me so well.
Yeah, I suppose if you've met him, you might be more enamoured with him. And if he brings joy to lots of kids out there who sat there with the little Grogu toy and whatnot. But it just feels like a character designed for memes and GIFs and like, oh, well, we'll put this cute thing out there and everyone's going to be like, oh, isn't it so cute?
Yeah, but it's not like he's brand new. Like, we've had Yoda since the very first Star Wars film.
Yoda had a purpose. Yoda was a Jedi Master.
Well,
Yoda's the leader of the Jedi Masters.
You don't know what's going to happen with Grogu in the future. The film is very Grogu heavy.
Great.
If you are, like me, a fan of Grogu, unlike Jonny, then you will enjoy the amount of screen time that he gets. It is a very cute film for that reason. I don't know whether Star Wars fans are necessarily going to be that enamoured with it.
I think that next film with Ryan Gosling looked interesting. That might be fun. But I think this just feels like we're flogging a dead horse.
I did speak to Sigourney, asked her about working with Grogu, though, and also spoke to her about a potential Aliens Star Wars crossover. So many fans are now like, well, is this setting us up for an Aliens Star Wars crossover? Could Xenomorphs exist in this same universe? I feel like you're the best person positioned to answer both of those.
I would want to keep those universes separate.
Okay.
I feel like the bosses of the alien world are very malignant, probably on a level with the evil warlords of Star Wars, but maybe more modern and more destructive, less caring, certainly, about the people who work for them. I can't really imagine them together. Interesting question.
So a no on the crossover then?
No, and you know what? There was a reason I asked it, and it's because I'd done, not a deep dive, but I'd had a little dip my toe into Reddit, which, I'm not firmly in the Reddit sphere, but
you managed to avoid all the pornography and
I did have a look because I know how excited people get around Star Wars and then the casting of Sigourney in this and the fact that she gets to fly an X-Wing and all of that. And they're excited over all of that. But then people were also like, oh, she's back in space. Is this the link we have between like Aliens and Star Wars? So that's where it came from.
What a crazy... I mean, it sounds awful, but at the same time, it'd make a good computer game, like an Alien Jedi sort of crossover, like being able to slice up some xenomorphs with a lightsaber.
We don't need to give Disney any more ideas on how to make money.
Yeah, how can we make 18 more shows for next year? I'll tell you what, let's just merge Star Wars with everything else. It was a nice little interview, that, I thought.
Thanks.
My first impression, if people want to find this on the internet, is Mel's lighting was incredible. Now, Mel,
I always make sure I go into a junket and tell them to light me well.
It does. It makes me laugh that when you do these junkets, one thing people never talk about is the fact that a Hollywood star will always be lit beautifully because they're meant to look
glossy
and out of this world and unachievable and like superhuman in a way. And a journalist, more often than not, will be lit like shit. We're meant to look like these disgusting pond scum that just crawled out of a cave. The influencers are usually lit pretty well, but we are...
They probably take their own lighting, to be fair.
They've got like their
ring light.
But Mel, you found a way over the years to really, really give that a tweak in the edit, and you look like the Hollywood star in that.
Why, thank you very much.
saying.
And that is correct. It is all in the edit because, as you say, they do not light journalists, and especially me, like different skin tones. Like if you go into a junket and I go into a junket and we have the same lighting, we're going to look very different.
I usually look like I'm incredibly ill. In most of mine, I look very. So I'll use fake tan or a tinted moisturiser. Little secret of the trade there before my junkets because I'm worried about that.
Whereas
but then I come out of it and I look awful.
I sometimes fade into the background because it's too dark.
I came back from a junket the other day. I put this fake tan on the night before, and it gets darker and darker. And I woke up in the morning and thought, I look all right. I've nailed this. This is all right. And I went to the junket, and I did feel like there was some gazes that lasted longer than they should have done whilst I was there. And I just thought, Johnny Nelson is looking hot stuff today. And I
always think that about you, Johnny.
Thank you. And I came back and my laugh was like, what have you done to yourself? Look at your face compared to your neck. And I had a look in the mirror and I looked utterly revolting. It was...
Which interview was this? Just so I can go and find it.
This was Tiptoe, the new series from Russell T Davies.
Going to go and check it out.
A bit of a name drop. I know Russell T Davies a little bit from my time.
Does he give you hugs?
He did give me a big hug.
Oh, there you go. It's all about getting those hugs.
I did sense something, and I thought it was just because we were talking about very serious matters. But really, I think it's because my face was a different colour to the rest of my body. So, don't always nail it. But you look great in the Sigourney Weaver interview. How is she in it? Is she actually in it that much?
Not loads, but it's Sigourney in the pilot's uniform and flying an X-Wing, which is very, very cool. So it's just Sigourney back in space where she belongs.
I think I would prefer to see her in another Alien movie, but one that's done well.
You love an Alien movie. I've heard your enthusiasm for Alien movies.
Okay, let's skim over this very quickly. I didn't realise how much I enjoyed Alien movies, and there's a lot of Alien content I'm not that bothered about. I thought Alien Earth was quite good, but one of my most shame-filled and shameful interview experiences was Alien Covenant. Right. Now, I think Prometheus is rubbish, right? Which is like a prequel to Alien. And then they did Alien Covenant, which is like a link between Prometheus and the other Alien movies. And it had Michael Fassbender coming back, and Sir Ridley Scott was helming it. Had a really good cast. And I went to see that movie, and I was just in the right frame of mind. You know when you're just in the right frame of mind? And I watched it and I thought, this is great. This is better than Prometheus. This is better than that old crap. This is an Alien movie. We're back. And I got really excited because I got sent to the junket. And I was a young journalist. And there I was, sat there waiting to interview Michael Fassbender, Sir Ridley Scott of Alien and Gladiator and Blade Runner fame. And I went in and I just spewed out sycophantic nonsense. I mean, I meant it, but it was over the top and a bit excitable. And I've never received such online hate in all of my years. Not before and not since. Sir Ridley Scott, hello, sir.
Hi.
I'm going to cut straight to it. I love this movie. I love it. I loved it when I watched it. I love it when I've thought about it since. It had absolutely people were not buying what I was selling.
Obviously, all our interviews live online forever. And so to this day, I see that you still get hate on this interview with Sir Ridley Scott.
It's the only time in my career where it got so bad that there was one particular guy who followed me on Twitter and would tweet quotes from people's hate comments about my interview, either with Ridley Scott or I think it might have been Fassbender, and he would send me quotes and I had to block him.
I can read some comments. What an arse licker. Covenant was total shit from start to finish.
I mean, the world is about opinions, really. I haven't, funnily enough, I've never watched the movie back. You found another one. You found another one already. Oh, God.
Oh, I hate this interviewer. Why is he in this position? So sad.
Yeah. I remember that one. That might have been one that was tweeted to me. I know. I mean, it's part of the job that you have to kind of... A lot of time we don't look at the comments of the interviews we do because there's always somebody, have you found another one? You're just like, I'm reliving like trauma right now. This is horrible.
This interviewer deserves a face hug.
For people that aren't familiar with the Alien franchise, a face hug isn't as nice as it sounds. It's actually when the little xenomorph creature babies jump out of the egg and they shroud someone's face and inject them with their sperm. What would you call it? The thing that grows the alien inside of them?
Yeah.
It's pretty grim.
Anyway, I won't read any more, but if anyone else wants to. And at some point you can find comments that have been said about me, and
I look forward to that.
I will.
Anyway, decent movie, I thought at the time. All right, what have we got next?
Tell you what, one film I actually am really looking forward to is the new Masters of the Universe. And not just because it has Nicholas Galitzine in it.
Let's qualify that. An almost topless Nicholas Galitzine.
I mean,
a
I hadn't
newly
noticed.
buffed Nicholas
I hadn't
Galitzine.
noticed. You know what? I actually prefer a less buff Nicholas Galitzine.
Yeah.
But you know what? The original just has such a special place in my heart. Like Are we talking about Nicholas Galitzine now? No.
Because you're talking about the original Galitzine, like he's
the original,
like a brand of chocolates
He-Man.
or something. Yes.
The original Masters of the Universe film. I basically grew up on that. Like, I was terrified of Skeletor, like Dolph Lundgren, topless and with all the muscles.
Did he do that for you, Dolph Lundgren?
I think that's where my love for muscular men came from.
Right.
Seeing that on my screen so very often.
I don't remember much of the movie.
The only memories I have of it are as a child. I would like to go back and watch it, but will it stand the test of time? I have absolutely no idea.
I think a lot of movies that people really love aren't that good when you actually watch them back.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of.
They just grabbed you by the soft and curlies is probably a bad terminology for watching something in childhood, but they grabbed you by the heart.
I just don't know if it needed a reboot. Like, no one nowadays plays with action figures in the way that we did. Like, that film was so big because back then we didn't have tablets and consoles in the same way that kids play with those now.
Yeah.
Like, we had action figures and Polly Pockets and like He-Man
and Barbies.
Exactly.
Just to clarify, if you're unaware out there, this is Mattel IP.
Yes.
So it's the same company that sold Barbie toys that had the great success with Margot Robbie's Barbie movie. This is their next sort of big swing is to try and do the same thing for He-Man.
But Barbies are still played with by young kids. Whereas Action Man, like He-Man, like my brother had a He-Man toy, which is why we were so excited to watch the Masters of the Universe original film.
Yeah.
Because that was a toy that we played with and then it was going to be on screen. And that's what made it so exciting. So I don't like them rebooting it. Is it for people of our generation who grew up with the original, or is it to try and bring in a whole new audience?
I think this is where these movies can slip up. Now, the early reviews of Masters of the Universe are positive.
Yeah.
They say it's actually surprisingly really charming and stuff. But the problem is this movie was made for like $200 million or something. They would have spent double that on the press. So that's $400 million straight away. To make it break even, that's how much money they've got to make on the worldwide box office. Is it going to justify like getting all these actors and spending a lot of money to make that film? And I don't know. It has to be amazing. It has to be massive word of mouth.
Barbie did phenomenally well, but that was brand new. Like that, we'd never had a Barbie movie before. But all of these films based on big IP like Minecraft and Super Mario, they have all smashed it at the box office. They are some of the most successful films of all time.
I mean, Minecraft was absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And Mario's spawned another sequel that, again, the critics didn't like that well, but did really well worldwide.
So I can see why they keep going after this kind of IP.
I think it goes back to that point again, is old IP versus new IP. I mean, Minecraft is a very popular game that kids play right now. Mario is still a big brand in the Nintendo world, whereas He-Man, it really feels like a blast from the past. I don't think kids are playing with He-Man toys right now or playing He-Man games right now either. And I think it's relying on the fact that the box office heavily relies these days on kind of, Avengers movies and superhero movies. That kind of thing is still really, really popular even now. And I think they're relying on the fact that if we give them something similar, that's fantasy hero, they will watch it. I'm not convinced, but...
How do you feel about the amount of reboots and remakes we're getting at the moment?
I'm not as against it as lots of people are. I think lots of people see the obsession of reboots we have at the moment as kind of showing that we're at a creative drought, and that instead of investing money in new IP, people are just relying on the old hits. The fact that I wasn't a huge fan of the original Masters of the Universe film, I don't mind the fact there's a reboot. I'm like, okay, we've got a new thing, see if this one grabs me. I know there's the Legally Blonde series.
Yep, Elle.
That's coming out. Elle. That's a prequel series. I don't mind that, because do people want to watch Reese Witherspoon playing a kind of clever but also ditzy blonde in her 50s now? You'd be like, she's probably got her shit together by this point, this character. Let's watch a prequel. I get it. Buffy, that was a very famous one recently that had a pilot made.
I'm kind of gutted that's not happening.
I've got mixed feelings. Like, I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I would love to see something new that is the same characters again and a continuation. But I'm pretty sure about 2 episodes in, I'll be like, didn't really need this, did we?
Well, they did that with, not that you probably watched Sex and the City, but they tried with And Just Like That, which was not very good at all. Let's be honest.
It's got a couple of series.
You just kind of hate watched it. I hate watched it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I did. And I'm very much a completionist. So I was like, and I watched all of Sex and the City, and I had the shoebox collection of it on DVD, and I loved that series. It doesn't necessarily hold up very well in today's society, but grew up with it, loved it, watched the new series, and I was like, oh, this is terrible, but I'm going to watch it anyway. And I feel like that's what we do with a lot of these reboots.
I think so. You watch it out of a sense of loyalty towards like that show or those actors. I did actually watch Sex and the City back in the day.
Did you now?
Yeah, because there wasn't, I don't want to give away too much of myself, but there wasn't broadband, we didn't have smartphones, and if you were a young lad wanting to watch salacious content late at night on like Channel 4, Sex and the City was one of your only options. So I watched it for the sex, but I stayed for the stories, and I did get really invested on Carrie and Samantha and the girls. But then by the time the movies came out, I was done. I'd kind of grown out of it. I had other access to salacious content at that point, and I didn't feel...
I think we've already seen too much into your mind, Jonny.
I didn't pay too much attention to the spin-off, but I did hear it was a bit...
Yeah, it wasn't great. But we've also got Baywatch coming back as well. And we had original series Baywatch, which I grew up with David Hasselhoff.
I watched it for a similar reason I watched Sex and the City.
I'm sure you did. And then we had the film with like
Zac Efron,
Priyanka
Dwayne
Chopra,
Johnson.
And now we're getting another series. It's just, do we need it? Like, do we actually need another Baywatch? Or do you think there's a whole host of young boys growing up today
who
like
just don't need the content?
Who just...
I don't want to bring the tone of this podcast down too much, but I think that does play a part. People are now desensitized to seeing like women run around in bikinis or men run around topless and stuff. But at the same time, I think we're maybe at a, not to make this podcast about sexual depravity, but I think we've come back around again, where these kind of a cheeky wink to camera TV show sort of things might become more popular again. I think that maybe there's a yearning in a way for just kind of an element of oldie-timey thrills.
I just wonder who they're all for.
Old men in their pants. I did an interview with Sacha Baron Cohen recently for his new TV show on Netflix, a new film on Netflix, Ladies First, with Rosamund Pike. And I did ask him about whether he'd reboot Ali G.
Ooh.
Because doing some research, I saw some pictures of him dressed up in Ali G-like garb a couple of years ago, and there was a few news reports coming out that, maybe he's going to do a tour. And then I asked him, I did read there might be like a tour or some sort of resurgence of Ali a couple of years ago. Was that something you ever played with, or
no, not
completely?
Really,
No. So not everyone's up for a reboot, sadly, no matter how much money they can make from it.
I think that's a wonderful place to leave today.
I think we've covered enough ground over the course of that last however long we've been in this room.
Yep, too much ground.
Too much
some
ground.
might say.
Hopefully we'll edit out a lot of the weird salacious stuff. So we get no complaints. Anyway, that was Junkies.
If you guys have enjoyed what you've heard, then make sure you like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts.